You know? Yeah. I mean, it's a big arena. Yeah.
Good day, fellow Cravers, and welcome to another. Yeah, I thought been thinking about saying that all this time. Yeah. So if people haven't guessed, it is time. It's time for a WWE prediction as we head down under to WWE Super Show-down, which is airing this Saturday at 10 AM British Standard Time. Yes. It's going to be really early. As always, you have me, GD, and I'm joined by my co-host Hanksy. How you doing, mate? Good day. Yeah.
Good day.
It just works so much better with the logo.
Good day.
Oh god, there's going to be so many Australian.
I know, Australian. Bouncer, yeah, barbecues, ute.
What the hell's a ute?
Oi, put this singer in the ute. It's like a van, if I remember right. It's what Joe Mangle used to drive. It's a bit like a mix between a
anyway, let's.
Yeah. All my cultural references on Australia comes from 1980s.
At least you've got some, I haven't, mate. Okay. Anyway, let's just jump into the show. We're going to start off with one of the tag team matches that are happening, but one that I felt, because it's in Australia, I felt that we should put them on the list, is Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics. Oh, sorry, it's now the Iconics, isn't it? Why add an extra I to this?
Yeah.
Let's just begin.
Yeah.
So, mate.
Yeah.
Australia. We're expecting this. I'm gonna be honest now. We are both expecting this to be the same as how the Greatest Royal Rumble ended up, where it was going to be a glorified house show. I'm hoping not.
Yeah.
For the fact that there has been more story around this one this time. We've actually given a bit of time to actually build it up.
There's been a bit more story. Yeah. There's been a bit more story. But then there's also been some massive gaps, as we'll get to. But, there's people who, we've seen a build-up between Bobby Lashley and Kevin Owens and Elias. But where John Cena appears in that particular lineup on Saturday, I don't know turning up. So,
look, just be happy that he's still turning up at times.
You know? So it's just.
But talking about a weird build-up. Let's talk about this one here. So, Asuka and Naomi are now best friends.
Yeah.
What I've got from this, and the Iconics who were named, they weren't named. They are two best friends from the NXT era. Aren't really happy with this, are they? And because it looks awkward even for us when we're watching it, thinking, no, they're not. They're not friends.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
It's not a believable one, is it? You know, we've seen other ones where people have been put together, and then you find out afterwards that actually they really didn't like each other. But they tend to work, and then you have ones like this where you just think, it doesn't really work. You know, so it's I don't know. It just seems to be a bit forced. Again, I get the feeling they've chucked the storyline together because obviously the Iconics had to be.
I think aren't they the only Australian superstars in the main roster at the moment? I know there's some Australian. Yeah, I know you got the Mighty over in NXT, but to be honest, I'd be more surprised if there were NXT stars involved with this one. Evolution kind of makes sense, which we'll talk a little bit about later in this month. But with this, it's more of a, hey, look, we've got our main roster here. We want to compete in Australia. Oh, where can we compete? Why not one of their biggest stadiums?
Yeah.
That there is. Yeah.
Well, it's the MCG, isn't it? Which is Well, the MCG is
it's cricket.
Massive. Yeah, because it's they're multi-sports. Well, it's cricket, but also Australian rules. So they do Australian rules and at the cricket pitches as well. So when the cricket season is on,
the best way to explain this arena, think it like this. Think it here in the UK, it's their version of Wembley. Or in the US, I would say, what's theirs? Madison Square Garden when it comes to wrestling. Well, they've got so many stadiums, but
I mean,
let's say the Orange Bowl. Let's go with let's say the Orange Bowl in Florida. That might be a good example.
Quite small, isn't it, really?
The thing is, it is basically their main country stadium.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously, the MCG is probably one of the more famous of the big cricket grounds, isn't it? It's the MCG.
They're not really clever when it comes to naming their stadiums, are they?
Everyone knows the MCG.
What are we going to call this? Let's just call it the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Not really, no. Well, they all have nicknames, don't they? So it's like Perth's the Gabba, isn't it?
It is just weird because we're in a country where we've got basically stadiums pretty much on our doorstep for most of us. But they are quite clever names. Like, for example, where I am, we've got talk about cricket. We've got Trent Bridge, where I am. And then you've got Meadow Lane and the City Ground, but it's clever. We've not just put this as Nottingham.
But for our I don't know. I mean, it isn't. It is better that. But what our football and cricket grounds tend to be named after where they actually are.
It's near Trent Bridge.
Trent Bridge is there because it's at Trent Bridge. It's that area, and
Wembley is basically Wembley Stadium.
I'm a Blues supporter. So
I think it is
in Wembley. Yeah, exactly.
We're not like America. What we're calling this? This is the Staples Center. Really?
Well, America. I mean, we have gone a little bit.
A lot of the lower teams seem to have it. Yeah.
So you think actually? So in America, it's all based on In America, a lot of it is based on sponsorship, and so St James's Park in Newcastle.
Yeah, and I think is it
Leicester?
Still the they've got.
Arena,
is it the DW Stadium?
But everyone. Yeah, that's
Wigan.
Oh,
what's Leicester's? King
Wigan.
Power.
Wigan's DW.
King Power.
Yeah. So this is it. So King Power. Exactly. All right, and Stoke's the Britannia.
Which is a stupid name. I'm just going to say that now, compared to when we've got ones called the Sports Direct Stadium. It's a stupid name for a stadium when they refuse to actually call it that.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it. So, and I think funny thing is with Stoke, although it's the Bet 365, everyone still calls it the Britannia. That's just what
we went off track here. We've ended up talking about stadiums, not about the match. But
slightly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Shows how interesting this match is, doesn't it? Really, I'm not really bothered. I'll be honest. I don't really care. I was really hoping they were going to
give it a chance. It might.
And it looked. I thought that's what they were going to do, and then they just seem to have. Well, I think eventually they will. They will, because it's worked very well for Shinsuke, and I think it'll work well for Oscar. So I think that's where we're going. But in the meantime, we're just sticking this holding position. This time last year, she was
since
WrestleMania,
she's been kind of on a downhill fall.
Yeah. She was this force. Yeah. She's not. We wouldn't call it. It's effectively pre-show.
Talking about this match. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think Oscar and Naomi, or do you think it's going to be a home victory for the Iconics?
It's a home.
Yeah, that's how WWE works. Yeah.
The Iconics will lose because that's usually what happens. Yeah. So that's what I would expect.
Anyway, mate, let's.
What would you say?
The game thinks that Asuka and Naomi's going to win as well. We'll see how that goes. Let's move on to the next match, which is, if I got it right, it is for a championship. Yeah, it is. Awesome. It's the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. We have gone with Big E and Kofi Kingston because they were the first two names that popped up on the list. And, of course, it's versus The Bar. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's probable as well. Yeah.
I have missed them.
I was glad The Bar are back. I really like The Bar. And I'm just glad they're back. Because, they run away for a bit, doing the house shows and the international stuff.
Too much.
Problem SmackDown is at the moment. It's got
Which
too much
is
talent,
really
isn't it?
funny. You've got too much talent, yet they've got a match like Naomi and Asuka versus the Iconics.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, I think the women's division isn't brilliant strong. Yeah. And that's the problem with SmackDown. That's the tag team division's quite stacked. So at the moment the Bar are back. The Usos are still there or thereabouts.
Well, it feels weird. Well, talking about people that have disappeared completely. Where the hell's Sanity?
So it's... Yeah, exactly. But this happened on Raw as well.
And now they're starting to dominate again, which is great to see that.
So, so I think it's... Maybe they go away and have a bit of development. I think Sanity need Nikki Cross to get over. I think she's a really important part.
I'm hoping that she comes across
Sanity, and I think they need her to get
this
over.
month. I think there's a perfect opportunity for her to come across on the Evolution show, even maybe on at this event as well. She could interrupt the women's championship match, which is a possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, everything is slowly...
Yes, you could. Yeah, I think it's unlikely, because I think the whole Becky Charlotte things.
Yeah.
That looks, that's got quite a bit of legs, hasn't it? Yeah. But I do think they needed to get across. I think she was a really important part.
She was the insane part of it.
Interesting to a point, I think. Yeah, it was the fact that they weren't. What made them so different was the fact that they had. A female part of the team.
But let's talk a little bit about the tag teams that we've got here. So this is the second time that we've ended up having the decider who will be facing the New Day in a tournament style opportunity. Who won it last time?
Yeah, it's what SmackDown do, isn't it?
I don't remember.
To be honest. Last time.
No, it wasn't the Usos. It was a team that was made up, wasn't it?
Was the Usos? Yeah.
No. Was it the B team? No, they won the championship off the B team. They're on Raw as well. That might be a good idea.
No.
Let's have a quick sneaky peek. So anyway, so the Bar are back, and they ended up winning the tournament. And they've had a good back and forth with the New Day, like what you would expect between them anyway. Yeah. The New Day acting like children, and the Bar not really happy with them acting like children and not really taking this match seriously. To a point that it came to this week where they were going to show us how to make pancakes. Just saying this, New Day, you're just one.
Oh, poor old
Mr. Booty.
What was his name? Oh, Mr. Booty.
I felt sorry for him, but at the same time, I don't give a damn. That is not how you make a goddamn pancake. That's just my only anger of all that, is the fact that is not how you make a goddamn pancake. So they've been back and forth, but then you expect it. Cesaro and Sheamus, they're a great team on mic and in the ring, and of course the New Day. Come on, it works really well.
It works, doesn't it? There's some real proper chemistry there. That it really works.
Oh,
as far as these teams go, when they push them together,
I don't remember who won it.
It works, and you believe it.
Yeah, it was Rusev Day, which we'll talk a little bit about later on between those two. But Who do you think is going to end up winning this match anyway? Do you think the Bar's going to be walking out as champions, or do you think?
Oh,
yeah. I'm talking about New Day.
Going to keep it for a bit longer. Yeah.
Kofi Kingston is now the longest, has held the tag team championship, the longest in WWE history. Yeah. So seriously, congratulations for him.
Longer than anybody. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, people. Well, it's not just that as well, is it? It's the rest. You know.
Yeah, I think he's been US champion.
He's former Intercontinental champion as well. I mean, he's been around for so long. Yeah.
I know, it's weird.
So long.
It's like
he looks so young.
Another superstar that I look at the same way. R-Truth.
You know?
He's been around such a long time, and he look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's always looked old, so it's like he's not really noticed the difference between them. Which, yeah. By the way, I'm happy that R-Truth is sort of back, but he's mainly focusing on what's happening with the mixed match challenge stuff. Which also I'm enjoying that they are sort of mixing it in with the main shows as well. Have you noticed? Because what I understand, the finals of the mixed match challenge is going to be at TLC this year. Like the Mae Young Classic, the final is going to be on Evolution, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been watching that.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed. I really like mixed match. I've got to admit, because it isn't serious. They do take the mick a bit and they mess around. And it's almost like they've actually got some freedom, I think, when they do the mix. They've got more freedom. So obviously off script, and they've got a lot more freedom, and I think it's fun. I think the only thing, as I said before, that for me ruined it last time was the fact that
now we don't have that problem
Oscar
now.
And Miz were going to win, because there was no way they were going to allow Oscar to lose. Yeah. There's no way she was going to lose her
one thing else I do love about the mixed match challenge, what they've done for season 2, it's not a knockout tournament now, it's a round robin tournament with I think it's the top, is it the top 2 or top 4 end up facing each other in a playoffs. Well, they've noticed how successful the first season was, and be honest, that and the tournaments that they've done, WWE, they have been so successful. And even into the second season, they've just been as successful. The UK Championship. I'm looking forward to when NXT UK finally comes onto the network. And of course, like the Mae Young Classic, I'm enjoying that. They're into the second round now of the tournament. I think the first part of the second round was out on Wednesday. So, so anyway, let's move on to our next match. According to the match, they think the Bar is going to be walking out as the SmackDown Tag Team champions.
There's a good possibility that could happen. I'll be honest. I don't think it will. I think New Day are going to win, but I do know. I mean, I know that. See, Vince's. The idea I heard a while ago was that the master plan, the long-term plan, is that New Day will be the most decorated tag team in wrestling.
So he wants to try and make it WWE pure,
And whilst the Dudleys, the Dudleys are legends. The Dudleys were WCW, they were ECW.
Yeah.
And
we've seen it with. We've seen it with the championships as well. I think one of them that really bugged me was the women's championship. I think it was AJ Lee had the longest reign, and they ended up making it so that I think it was one of the Bellas ended up then having the longest reign. I'm looking at it thinking, no, that's bad, just because of a little bit of a dispute bad with them. But anyway, talking about the Bellas, let's see a match which I am actually looking forward to, even though we've probably seen this now for the third time in a row in pay-per-view. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Don't ask how I got the so this is for number 1 contender of the WWE Championship. Now, either way, I think it would be awesome whoever wins this match. Because I've still said this, and I'm saying this now, I do want to see Miz have another run with the top belt again. You think he's going to?
I think he's gonna. Yeah. I think the Miz is gonna win this match. And then I think he's gonna go on to beat, and I think, jumping ahead slightly, and I know we'll get there properly in a bit, but I think that AJ Styles is gonna beat Samoa Joe. I think it's gonna be, Joe had his chance. Joe had his chance. That's gonna be the way they play it. He did beat AJ. We all saw him tap out, but the referee didn't see it. So, but I think that AJ's going to win, and then I think he'll be against the Miz, and I think the Miz will take it off.
Oh, WrestleMania.
I think he'll hold it for a while, and it'll end up with a match between him and
I think he's a
Daniel Bryan and the Miz, WrestleMania. Yeah, and it's going to be. I mean, you know what? I'm quite happy to have.
I think he'll be quite entertaining with it.
Title. I think it's going to be really funny.
Well, the thing is, you know me, I'm a huge fan of the Miz. I find him entertaining, which I know a lot of other people aren't, but I don't care. If everyone exactly. I'm just saying here. If anyone else has seen any of the other prediction stuff we do, surprisingly, I favour the heel.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Yeah. I actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the Miz, though. I really like the Miz.
That's his job, yeah.
Because he's good at what he does. Yeah, he's infuriated. Yes, and yes, he cheats, and yes, but that's his job to do that. And for me, he's the top heel in the company.
No.
For me. It's not Randy Orton. It's or Kevin Owens. It's for me.
Well, the thing is, I think he's been one of the top for quite a while now. Okay, a lot of people are still wondering why would we want to see Miz hold the championship? Yeah. Don't you remember what he was like when he last held it? Well, the difference was it was in an era of WWE where it was. I'm going to be honest. It wasn't a good era of WWE. And it was during that time where, you know what's happening?
No,
John Cena's going to go and face The Rock. I know you're the champion, but still, this is the main story we're going on with. I'm thinking, really? I'm happy. Yeah, okay, he ended up winning. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
The Miz has come a hell of a long way since then as well. Hell of a long way. He's been... Last year was, the last 2-3 years, I'd say, since he had that bit of a gap when he was off for about 4 months.
Yeah.
When he was Intercontinental Champion, he disappeared for about 4 months while he was filming. Since he's come back from that, brought Maurice back just before as well. He's been untouchable, really, in that role. And I think he deserves a run with it. I think, will it be infuriating? Yes, it will. It'll be really funny. Will he be a fighting champion? Of course he will be a fighting champion. Exactly the same as he was with the Intercontinental Championship, where he'll fight at pay-per-views if he's forced to.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about
else.
him, and I think his last couple of runs with the Intercontinental Championship is a good picture of it, where he has ended up, when he has been backed into that corner, he's been, no, screw this, I'm going to show you how I wrestle. And he's always been one of the people that has been the surprise standout in that match. I think there was one that really stuck in my mind was when it was him, Seth Rollins, and who else was it? I think it was WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think it might have been Baron Corbin, but I think either way it was a triple threat match, and I think a lot of people were looking at it as the Miz was just the odd one out in there, even though he was the champion at that time. But he stood out. He stood out, and he made sure that people noticed that he was there, and I think that is a great that is a great WWE superstar fallout, heel or not. I think he is definitely a legend. I'll be surprised if he doesn't end up being one of the Hall of Famers. Just saying that. This would be both of these. Yeah, with both of these people in them so much.
Oh, he will eventually. Yeah, absolutely.
But so Miz and Daniel Bryan, you think the Miz is going to end up walking out as #1 contender?
I think he's going to win. I think, I don't think he'll win it. He won't win it fairly, although I hope he does. But I don't think he will. I think he'll. He'll win.
I'm going to say the same. Fine. I feel like the Miz is going to win this, just for the fact that I think it would make such a broader and more interesting storyline going up to WrestleMania if Miz was the champion. And even then, if it ends up that he faces either AJ Styles or Samoa Joe at, I'm guessing it's going to be Survivor Series. Will they next face each other? Oh God, yeah, forgot about the I forgot about the duel thing.
You would presume, I don't know if Survivor Series because it's normally
it might be
SmackDown versus.
Might be fighting each other at Crown Jewel.
So it'll be SmackDown versus Raw.
Hope so.
Well, maybe that'll
Crown
be
Jewel as well. I forgot about that. Everyone's forgotten about that.
Jewel first as well, yeah.
But according to the game agrees with us. They think that the Miz is going to walk out as the winner of this. Let's just see what happens later on. So we are actually going through this list quite fast. Talking about championships, let's have another championship match. Yeah. Why not the SmackDown Women's Championship? Becky Lynch versus Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
looking forward to this.
You know what? This is going to be a good match, isn't it, again? Because they are good. I'm really enjoying these matches. I'm enjoying this feud.
Yeah.
I think Becky's fantastic.
We really need to explain something to WWE. Stop trying to make a heel. It's not working.
No. Oh, I think they have given up now. I think they've basically told her she's got free run. Do what you want. Talk here. She's not doing. She's not committed to the turn now. Because if she was committed to the turn, she'd be coming out. She'd be telling everyone to shut up. She'd be telling everybody, that, and basically doing the, I hate your WWE universe, you smell type thing. Don't mention whatever you do. What we found out this week? Don't mention.
Oh my God, that was so.
Was it Seattle? Yeah.
We need to talk about that when we get to the Kevin Owens match. But still, fucking hell.
But I think, we'll explain that. But, she's not doing that. She's not coming out and really having a go and stuff. So you get the feeling like, they've decided to not make her commit to the turn. She's carrying on with the persona of, I've been wronged, I don't care, I'm going to do this on my own. And I think, again, people like that. But I think, hopefully they've come to a realization. They just keep pushing it, then we won't hate Becky. We'll just start hating Charlotte.
Well, the thing is, that
would be unfair on Charlotte, So at the moment, even that this week, they were still, it was still you deserve it.
The thing is, it's
booing Charlotte.
We've got to remember at the same time, since Becky Lynch has been onto the main roster, she's only been a face. She hasn't been a heel. While we've had Charlotte, she's been a heel. She's been probably one of the. Exactly, yeah. Well, especially her versus Sasha Banks. That whole year of just those two fighting each other. So it is, and I think it was that she turned face when she moved over to SmackDown, and it was more of just, you're now face. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, they did. And they did it quite. It was a weird turn, that one as well, because she came over. They kept her off for a while. Then they brought her on and they did the whole welcoming committee thing, which made you feel a bit sorry for her because it felt like she was being bullied. And then Becky saw backs her, and then you think, and then that's quite good because then you're thinking, she must be okay. Becky likes her. But the turn, even though then she still has that air about her of,
she's a flirt.
I'm better than everybody else because that's the character. She can't go around calling herself the queen.
The thing is, no offense, that name is going to be known as.
So
I'm sorry, they are going to be known. Exactly.
Well, he was the biggest heel of all time for me. I don't know. I don't think there's ever been anybody who I've hated.
that sound of hatred just then when you said hated.
More than Rick.
Fuck you, Rick.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't, it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh God, no.
I mean, he was. The Miz had nothing.
But the thing is, as much as what happened, she's going to have that DNA of a Flair, and she's going to be hated. And if you had a choice between hating either Charlotte or Becky Lynch, you're going to hate Charlotte because, like you said, she has got that arrogance around her still. Yeah. The thing is, Becky Lynch, on the other hand, we've been following her since she's been on. Well, since the brand split, especially. She'd had that one shot, and then it's just been quiet for her. So all of us are looking, thinking, yeah, she definitely does deserve this. And then when we had when we had Becky Lynch versus shit, what's her name? Carmella. And then they said, oh yeah, now Charlotte's involved. How do you think the hell we will react to that? The person that you've got a feeling, well, she's been put in there, she's more than likely going to win it, gets put in. Then she wins it by beating you. If I was in Becky Lynch's place, I would have done the same thing. And I don't know anyone who wouldn't. Friendship or not, fuck that. This was my opportunity.
No.
But,
yeah. No, it was... I mean, that term was brilliant, wasn't it? When she's basically saying, I've been completely screwed over. I've not had the opportunities.
She needs the opportunities.
And we're all sitting there thinking, she's absolutely right. She hasn't had the. She has been screwed over. She was the number one pick on number one female pick on SmackDown. In fact, number one female pick across both.
She was the inaugural SmackDown Women's Champion.
She hasn't
had
those opportunities.
You gotta remember that.
Yeah.
This is her second run, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So she does deserve it. And I think
I hope she wins this. Yeah. I'm one of those stages that I hope she wins this because I don't want to see Charlotte win this. I really do not.
Yeah.
I think I was on about this for Hell in a Cell.
No.
We would be more disappointed if Becky Lynch doesn't walk out as champion. And we're happy that she did walk out as champion. And same here again. I do not want to see Charlotte end up being the taking the upper hand at the end of this rivalry. I want to see Becky Lynch have a good run with this championship.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. This can go on for a while for me. Quite happily, I think there's plenty of other rivals on that on SmackDown that you can really have a good go at as well.
Well, I don't know if this match is nearly finished because Becky Lynch has got the what's her armbar called?
Mm-hmm.
That's it, the disarmer.
Disarmer.
It's weird. I am a fan of WWE. It's just this kind of knowledge just sleeps out of my head half the time. I'm just there in awe. We both hope that Becky Lynch ends up winning this. Let's talk about one of the matches that we do not have on the list. Another championship, the Cruiserweight Championship. Yeah. Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy. It's been a while since we've had a Cruiserweight Championship match on any kind of pay-per-view, to be honest. And
I don't... Yeah. I mean, I've said before, I've just sort of lost interest. I mean, but since they've taken off the main roster, obviously, really, and then it's sort of like just lost interest because I don't watch I've never really watched 205 Live. Problem is, I love. Obviously, I watch Raw every week. I watch SmackDown every week. I watch NXT whenever I can. If you're not, and then you've got the Mixed Match Challenge.
Well, they've ended up moving 205 Live over to the Wednesday slot now instead, haven't they? Which I think it's a good idea for them because now they've got like a string of programs for the Wednesday where you've got, is it 205 Live, you've got the Mae Young Classic and NXT, which is nice. But it makes you think, they're putting it to the back.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, SmackDown's going to be moving to Friday.
It says 2019. We don't know
so
what the hell's
is that after Christmas now?
Yeah. But it's because it's been moved to Fox, and Fox wants it to be a 3-hour show as well. I've been told.
Yeah, which is good.
I think that's what SmackDown does actually need. I think, like we was on about, they've got so many superstars. I think that extra hour would be more suitable for SmackDown.
Yeah.
Raw. But yeah, talking about 205 Live, you know how bored they are where you've got Drake Maverick, who's supposed to be their general manager, is bored enough to now go and manage Authors of Pain instead. But yeah,
well, he's now the hype. Leo Rush as well.
I don't like Leo Rush.
For no
I really do
real
not like him.
Reason. To be the hype.
Dude, stop laughing at every line that you're saying. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what they're trying to do. Because both
so let's put this guy.
Bobby Lashley can't get over on his
isn't
own.
going to really get it over either, mate.
But even then, you know what? Bobby Lashley, I know people go on about him being boring, but I thought he was getting over okay.
I think, I would agree. I think it's been the best run, but I think he still has that problem with the mic skills that he's got. And it's just, he needed that person who was there for him to basically talk for him. And I guess Leo Rush is a brilliant pick for it.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's that good. Like I said, I don't click at what he's doing at the moment. But then again, I think it's like we'll talk about that storyline in a bit. It's just
no. For me, I would have had.
And now he's still got Brock Lesnar to look after, hasn't he?
Just put him under Paul Heyman. You know.
Yeah.
I know he has. Yeah.
It would be a different story if they said that and like, okay, Paul Heyman, you're now following face. Go out there.
Yeah.
What? Bobby Lashley? That'd be interesting.
Or turn him. You know, it'd be interesting. I think it'd be more interesting.
Surprisingly more, mate. This match is still going on between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. I think this has been the longest match so far, and we've been through 2 tag team matches. So, which are notoriously known.
Yeah.
We've got a few. We've got other things that we haven't done on that we've got game matches for. Let me have a look. We've got a match for that. We've definitely got a match for that one. Got a match for that.
Let's just crack.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, mate. We've got matches. The rest, there was only that one match that we didn't.
Yeah.
We could make fun of Melbourne a little bit more. You know what? Let's talk a little bit about let's talk about Rusev Day a little bit, because they haven't actually got a match. Yeah, so this is getting interesting.
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
Well, the inevitables happen.
I just want to know what happened in Milwaukee,
which is such a shame. I think everyone would. I just don't. Nothing happened in Milwaukee,
pretty much.
Basically, that's what we found out this week.
Well, the video unfortunately
stopped. Came in to tell him to stop, and then so I want you to stop or something.
I mean, great editing.
I want you.
To be honest, I'm no offense to Rusev, but it doesn't take much to make him look stupid.
No,
he is the brute.
No, this is true. He is the brute.
Yeah, so
I think it was inevitable. We knew it was going to split up. I mean, it was a shame that they never had a title at some point. I think that could have been a really fun
You know what I'm actually surprised about this, though, is it was Aiden English that ended up attacking Rusev.
SmackDown. I mean, that's what
I was expecting the other way around.
I wasn't expecting. Okay, was the fact that it was.
Well, technically,
we presumed that Lana was going to break them up, and it would be, Rusev that decided to end it. Yeah, but we presumed that it would be Rusev that end it, and it wasn't. And I thought that was at least there was a twist to it.
Well, mate, good news. The match is finished. And even better news, the match also thinks that Becky Lynch is going to be walking out as a women's champion still. Yeah. I think
that's and I think that's likely.
I think what's it called? It would be bad if they end up taking the championship off of this early.
Yeah, and I think if they did, I think it would mean that people would really take against Charlotte in a major way.
But anyway, let's move on to our next match and see what we're going to be talking about now. It is the match that is. Ta-da! Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about probably the main story on Raw at the moment. The Shield versus the Dogs of War. That's what I'm going to call them.
Yeah.
So, where do we start with this one? So the Shield are back together. This is their first match together.
Yeah. I know.
On the pay-per-view. Well, yeah.
Well, that's the odd thing, isn't it? The odd thing is that's the case. They are, this is their first one because obviously they did put them back around.
TLC they were planning to, but then was it Roman Reigns ended up getting injured or something like that?
Yeah. No, it was.
Was it Dean? One of them. Oh yeah, and Kurt Angle took up the mantle to basically step in. Because it was it the Shield versus 5 other people? Yeah. I think. Yeah. Who was it? So it was Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman.
It was.
Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I think Braun Strowman.
Sami Zayn, wasn't it? Yeah, Braun Strowman.
You know what? I could just look this up.
Yeah. Again. Yeah, was it Baron Corbin again? Anyway, I mean, they put them back together, and then Dean gets injured, and then he's off for a while. But I mean, the interesting thing is the teasing that's going on at the moment around the pot.
I want him to turn heel. I'm going to say that now.
Which I think he will. I think he will eventually.
Yeah.
Originally, that was the plan, wasn't it? So. On all accounts, from what I've picked up, of the original plan last year was that they were going to get back together, have a bit of a run, and then that Dean was going to turn on Seth, and that so Dean would turn on Seth, and then there was going to be a WrestleMania match. So.
Yeah, I've got the list now of who Kurt Angle and Dean. It was Kurt Angle, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. It was Roman Reigns that was injured. And they ended up facing The Miz, Cesaro, Sheamus, Braun Strowman, and Kane in a 3-on-5 TLC match. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I can't remember.
During the time where Enzo Amore was still in the WWE, and he won the WWE Cruiserweight Championship on that night. Oh God, that was nearly a year ago. Oh, let's move away from that.
Yeah, and then this week we've finally seen.
He's back. He's back wrestling again. Yeah,
Neville.
I love it more because the WWE actually came out and says there's no clause in his contract saying that he can't compete with another company, so he can go compete. He's just choosing not to.
Yeah.
It is a shame because I think it would have been great of him going back to NXT UK at least. But I think he wants to move away from WWE as much as he possibly can, and I'm not surprised with the whole Cruiserweight story that he had to go through. I ended up losing to that guy. That was bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes. Back to this match. So we have, like I said, the Shield versus the Dogs of War. We was on about Dean Ambrose. So do you think he is actually going to swap sides during this match? You don't think in this match?
Not in this match. No. I'm not even sure they'll turn him for a while. If they do turn him, I think it probably is coming, but I don't think it'll be yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. And they've had that logo as well during the WWE shop.
Weird.
That you can't really
split them up.
get rid of it.
Yeah, it'd be weird to split it up this early on. It's not the interesting. I mean, it's really interesting. I like the stuff with Renee Young as well. It's been really interesting because obviously having Renee Young on the announcement, which I actually really like.
Which thank you because now we've got rid of goddamn Coachman.
Yeah, and I really like. But it was like.
It was bad.
Yeah, exactly. But I did find it. How were they going to play this? With Dean. Were they going to just ignore the fact that they're married, or
it doesn't work when we already know that they're married, even in kayfabe.
No. And they've effectively broken kayfabe.
Which is a good way of doing it. The thing is they basically looked at it and think, look, everyone knows you guys are together.
Yeah.
But we're not going to make it stand out yet.
Yeah.
So let's just keep it as subtle here. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You're in a professional environment. Let's go with that. Talking about moving over, what about Michael McIntyre as well? I'll be honest, the whole of the Dogs of War team, there seemed to be Michael McIntyre. What did I say? Drew McIntyre.
Michael McIntyre.
Yes, great Michael McIntyre, the comedian.
He said Michael McIntyre.
No. Oh, come on! I would like to see Michael McIntyre do a wrestling match. But yeah, Drew McIntyre.
That'd be awesome. I think, again, that was interesting. I mean, that was a nice little
he could easily fit into the Shield as well.
Little switch, I thought.
There's been a couple. It's not just Drew McIntyre, but also Dolph Ziggler, where they pointed out he is the weak link.
Do you know what?
But I'll be honest, if you've got Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre, two massive guys who are strong as hell, you are going to be the weak link. The only person who would not be the weak link is if we put The Undertaker, Kane, or Big Show there instead.
Yeah. I mean, I think what was interesting for me was that they, with the McIntyre thing, I mean, it was...
Well, both sides.
Nothing that was said wasn't true in terms of Dean doesn't have a title. Yeah, exactly. Dean doesn't have a title. The others do. So, that's a genuine thing. And then on top of that, you've got... he is the one that always ends up, taking the hits and whatnot for him. So that wasn't untrue. But then also, there was McIntyre. McIntyre has been used by Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was basically a mid-card. Nobody really for the last couple of years.
Since he's been with Drew McIntyre, he's been Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion. Same with Drew McIntyre. Well done, he's been a champion, which I think is one of the quickest off the marks of becoming champion. Apart from the obvious ones where they were made champion on the night that they show up. It's making me wonder on both sides. There is a weakness showing. And I think Raw especially shown that weakness, especially with Dean Ambrose, where he was given the opportunity to either go for the Universal, the Intercontinental, either one of those two championships. And you saw at the end of it where Roman Reigns saved him from Braun Strowman. Is that actually the same? I think he could have been the Intercontinental Champion, or he could have been the Universal Champion at that night. Yeah, he could. Well, he's proven that he can beat either of them quite easily.
Yeah,
and I think it would have made a great story. But now, thanks to Baron Corbin, we've also realised now that there isn't going to be a Universal Championship match or an Intercontinental Championship match now until goddamn Crown Jewel.
No.
Which is And you know what? Can we? While we were in this match, let's talk a little bit about this Crown Jewel match that we've been.
Well,
not the event itself, but the one match that has kind of popped up in it, and that is the what's it called? I'm getting onto it. We're going to have a triple threat match for the Universal Championship, and it is, of course, the champion Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and why is he back again? Brock Lesnar. I'm already.
Yeah.
It's one of my most annoying things because it's showing that there is something that I definitely want, something that I don't want but I don't care because that means it's there, and one thing I definitely don't want, all in that package of a match. And it's not just me, I think it's everybody's looking at it the same way. No one wants to see Brock Lesnar walk out as the Universal Champion again.
I'll tell you, no, you know what, I didn't see...
basically ruining Hell in a Cell, yeah.
Back in the way he did. I had not seen that. Yeah, but we talked about that. We never mentioned Brock Lesnar once. It wasn't in our head. And I give WWE a due on that. That was a surprise. And it was, to be honest, I quite liked what happened because it was a surprise. It's annoying afterwards that we've ended up with a triple threat match with Brock Lesnar back in it. Yeah. Well, you're presuming he's not going to win. You're presuming there's obviously been a lot of money thrown.
Right, yeah, there's another thing that I want to actually discuss about Crown Jewel itself, and I've just... This is only because I've looked at the page at the moment. So if anyone gets a chance, go to WWE.com, go and search on the Crown Jewel thing.
Yeah.
On the main poster, there's a WWE World Cup.
Yeah.
So, is that giving us an idea that there's going to be a tournament?
Right.
Oh.
Well, it sounds like, isn't it? I don't know.
No, they're not. Well, they want to get through this first, and then, of course, they've got Evolution, which they're going to have to talk about before Evolution, because it's the 2nd of November, this Saudi Arabia thing is. But, yeah and no. I think we kind of knew that there was going to be a second Saudi Arabia match at pay-per-view. But I think I didn't expect.
I didn't think it. I didn't. I presumed there was going to be. I presumed there was going to be another. Next year. I didn't think it'd be this year. I thought, okay, this greatest Royal Rumble bullshit is going to be something that we're going to have to live with every year.
Well, I think they also needed to put something there because, like I said, they've got Evolution for women, for the women wrestler superstars. They kind of need something. No, they don't need.
Yeah, but the men don't exactly do bad, do they?
They don't really miss out. But the thing is, it's their way of saying, look, the men are still going to be competing in something during that time, but they're going up to Saudi Arabia instead.
Yeah.
So, anyway, according to the match, mate, we not actually said that. Who do you think's going to win, the Shield or the Dogs of War?
I think the Shield will win it, don't you?
I don't. I really don't. I think the Dogs of War will win it. I don't know why, because I think it would be a nice way of putting it that Braun Strowman beats Roman Reigns in this match that really doesn't mean anything. You know what? Let's just throw it here. No, Brock Lesnar's going to interrupt this match again. I don't think so, but I'm gonna say that just to cover our backs.
I don't think so, but
according to the game, they think that Dogs of War are going to be walking out while the Shield, leaving the Shield left lying. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, where are we? Oh, we're on to the WWE Championship, mate. Yeah, we did. We're gonna have a proper talk now.
But I think.
Are you hoping this is the last time we have this match? It's been an interesting story.
Yeah, I sort of am. But, I mean, yeah. I think the stories were brilliant, and the promos have been fantastic.
Yeah.
The matches haven't been.
Can I ask you a question? But you know when?
But
yeah.
AJ Styles.
Can I ask a question? But you know the part where Samoa Joe ended up at AJ Styles' house when the camera cut off? Did you think it was a break?
Yeah.
Because it was weird how he cut off.
Yeah. Because it was like.
Yeah, and he cut off. I looked at it and thought.
He rang the bell. That was it. I was a little bit like that. Was the thing for me. It was like.
No, not a doorbell.
It's just from the doorbell. Whoa. That's
you could have done anything. You could have knocked. Why the doorbell?
Yeah. Yeah. It was nice. So, no,
yeah,
for me,
it was weird, and I think it was more to the fact that they were building up to do the contract signing as well. And then you just had that. I thought, this is going to be interesting. I felt sorry for Paige in the ring. She was there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I would say this is definitely.
No, it was a bit. Yeah. But I think it's been good. I've enjoyed the storyline. I haven't necessarily enjoyed the match. I think, I thought it was an interesting finish to the last one.
Yeah,
with Joe
when
effectively,
because
but
AJ
not being seen.
it was. It's one of those things where he tapped, but he.
Yeah.
Right.
Tapped.
So when you tap, does it have to be tapping on the ground, or does it count if you're tapping on the person? It can count as tapping on the person.
It can be,
I think
tapping on the person.
The one thing that really bugs me about this match is because it's now a no disqualification, no count out, no excuse, very much designed match. Out of
there
was a winner.
Say that there has to be a winner, and you think, well, there was a winner in the last match. In fact, it was technically
the thing is, out of the two major championships,
and he had tapped out.
I would have said the other major championship probably would have made sense if you had the no disqualification, no count out, no excuse. Which also I like to point out, a Hell in a Cell match, isn't it a no disqualification, no count out? So technically that match is still not finished.
Yeah, exactly, it was.
Same, Bron, if you pin it, technically you're champ.
Yeah, it's true, actually. Yeah. But no, so it's... Yeah. Yeah, at any time. I mean, it was. So I don't know. I'm sort of. I think, as I said, I think the plan is that I think AJ will win this, and then I think they were gearing up for a match with the Miz, and I think the Miz will win, and then I think the Miz will. AJ will go off for a bit.
You give him some time off.
Down the card a little bit and relax. And joking aside, I know Joe. He can actually have some time with his family because although there's a big thing been playing with Joe, it's
the thing is he's been
how
long AJ's been champion for quite a while now, hasn't he? So I think it would be a good time. Oh God, yeah. I think he's one of the hardest working in SmackDown.
He works hard, and and it was like, absolutely, and I mean, Dean Ambrose worked bloody hard with that title, and he's defended it at every house show, but. At the same time, his partner, so his girlfriend at the time is now his wife. He's part of the company and was going around with him.
I think he's got 4 kids, hasn't he, or something like that.
So
AJ.
It's 4, isn't it? I think it's 3 or 4.
It'll be. The thing is, it's one of those things where I can't really see AJ Styles losing to Samoa Joe, just for the fact of that. It's not just the storyline. It's for the fact what is actually happening at the moment. The thing is, WWE 2K19 comes out this Tuesday. So it would look bad if your cover star he ended up losing on the Saturday morning. That's why I'm looking at the Miz match as well, which is making me think maybe Daniel Bryan might win it, because Daniel Bryan is the showcase of the next game as well. But then it's one of those things where it's hard to say, yeah, this could work, this can't work. But the thing in the back of my mind is thinking what is happening outside it as well. And like I said, the main thing that's happening to WWE at the moment outside it is that the game is coming out next week. Which I'd like to point out I'm really looking forward to, because it seems like it is a bit more off the wall than the previous 4 games that we've had. Who does not want to see one of the championship matches when we're doing Evolution to be in big head mode? I do.
Well,
I've got to do that now, won't I?
Yeah.
We'll pick a match.
Yeah. No, I mean, as I say, we shall see. Yeah. We shall see.
No, I don't think it's going to be a terrible match.
I mean, I don't think it'll be a terrible match.
The thing is, this will be, what is this, the 3rd match they've had against each other now? And I think the match that they had at Hell in a Cell, I still think it should have been a Hell in a Cell match. I still don't understand, which I do want to talk a little bit about the Jeff Hardy Randy Orton match. That was gruesome.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
That was brilliant.
Oh God, never looking at a bloody screwdriver the same way again. This is what scares me about Randy Orton, because one of them must have had this in their mind, thinking, "Yeah, we're gonna do this."
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Well, yeah. Jeff Hardy
doesn't
know the meaning of no, don't do that. Yeah. And Randy Orton, well, to be honest, he is partly a psychopath.
No. Yeah. Well, he's never had a problem, has he? Sort of.
And taking the pain back.
So, what they are, both of them.
And at the moment, I love Randy Orton's current storyline, though, is that he's going after Ty Dillinger. Yeah. Not because he thinks he's a legend, he just doesn't like the whole Ten gimmick.
You know what?
You
know what? I don't like it either. I'm sort of on board with him on that one. I think that's the thing.
Ty, you just do something, mate.
Yeah, you know what? There's no point. I don't like it either.
You're not that perfect. No.
You actually haven't done anything. You didn't do anything in NXT. No. You're not. You didn't do much in NXT. You've done nothing since you've come up onto the main roster. So I actually am sort of
Yeah. Which I'm going to be honest, it's not often that we agree with Randy Orton.
Yeah. So I'm not.
No. But
No.
But anyway, mate. The match is over. According to this, AJ Styles is going to be walking out as WWE champion. I think we both sort of agree that's going to happen as well, for different reasons.
Yeah.
But we'll see how things go with that. So. I think, off the top of my head, we've either got 1 or 2 more matches. I think we have. Oh no! We've got 1 more match. There is another match that we didn't do. Yes, so we're going to be talking about 2 matches.
What was the last one?
One that I forgot we didn't add to the list, and we should have talked about earlier. And of course, this match, which is of course the main attraction of Super Show-down. Yeah. So before we talk about this one, let's talk about the other match. And I remember why I didn't put them on here, because of a certain 2 individuals. So Ronda Rousey is teaming up with the Bella Twins to take on the Riot Squad. We should really talk about this, because there's one thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Brie Bella and...
Actually, let's talk about Brie Bella.
For God's sake. She gave her a concussion!
She in the ring. I mean... She beat her in the face twice. Well, anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about here. We have a match 2 weeks. I mean, let's go back a bit. Now, Brie Bella's come back. Since she's come back, she's almost injured herself by botching 2 suicide dives on the same night, where she basically went through the ring, roped twice, and basically caught her heels, and then came out and said, oh yeah, well, yeah, my weight is.
You should have had, yeah, you should have been practicing this then. If you,
surely she's
the thing is,
you'd hope
even
so.
if you
know, she should be practicing anyway. It's been so long since she's in the ring. She should have been practicing anyway. But I do think so. She botches 2 suicide dives. She then botches a thing with the Miz, where the Miz ends up pulling her out the ring onto her face.
It was his fault. It was Bray's fault.
When it actually, technically, again, wasn't his fault. It wasn't his bodge. It was botch. It was hers. And then 2 weeks ago, we have her doing.
She basically, she basically knocked out Liv Morgan. Let's go with that. She knocked out.
Well, if you see it, it's horrendous. It's horrendous because you've got. I mean, what Daniel Bryan does, he turns his hip.
The thing is, it never goes up that area.
Goes to the chest, if you see when he doesn't. She hadn't turned in. No, she hadn't turned her hip over. She then basically knees her in the face, knocks her out, and then the poor girl falls.
Which is
forward.
weird. We don't actually say that about the Riot Squad when we mention that when we say poor girl. The thing when we all saw it and we looked at it and thought, no, why the hell? I really don't understand why they're there.
It was the fact that the first time I saw it, I'm like, well, she went forward onto her knee then. And then you watch it again, you realise, no, she was out cold. She was out cold, and she,
Well, I'm more worried for the fact that I know that the Bella Twins have. I think they've got a match at Evolution as well, haven't they? Yeah. Which I'm worried. Who are they facing again?
Yeah.
Either way, they're in this match at this one, which I'm more worried, and
I don't know. But I think they could. I think it could well be against Ronda Rousey or something, because I think they're going to betray her.
No, I think Ronda Rousey has.
I think they're going to turn on her.
The thing is, I expect at least one of the women's championship to be competed at Evolution. And the thing is, out of the two, of them, they should both be for this. The thing is, I know there's going to be a lot of great matches, which we'll talk about after these 2 matches a little bit. But I feel like for the first time, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, maybe just let Ronda Rousey in the ring and see how it goes from there, because she seems like the more qualified out the 3 of them.
This is, I mean, there's been exactly when you realise how long.
It's the fact how long they've not been doing it.
But I mean, there's been issues around. Yeah, there's been issues around Ronda, I know, but even so, you do feel like she's actually.
I really feel sorry for the Riot Squad.
She's definitely the safer of her and Bray. I have real worries.
Quick question then about this match: who do you think is going to end up winning? Do you think the Ronda Rousey's team?
Oh, Ronda and the Bellas. I think Ronda. I think Ronda and the Bellas will win it.
I hope so, because I'm sick of the Bella Twins.
I think the Bellas will turn on, and then I think you've then got your storyline.
I really do not want them back.
Yeah, I know. I don't want them back. It pisses me off. It pisses me off every time they talk about the fact that they were the pioneers of this, and they weren't the pioneers. They were the end of the shit.
Well, if we put 3 people, if we say were the ones that pioneered this current women's evolution, it would be Paige, AJ Lee, and Natalya. They're the 3 that I would say. Yeah, NXT's champions. It's the 3 horsewomen which really started to make it run.
Yeah.
And that's where it was.
Yeah. Because the NXT... This evolution came from, it was the brains of. I know Steph gets all of the attention because she's the face of it. It was basically her and Triple H. Her and Triple H are who masterminded this whole women's evolution, and people need to, and it was NXT. It was not the Bellas. It had nothing to do with it. you know. And even now, I cringe every time she
Oh,
comes out.
Well, look at me. I'm going to rip my
wiggle at the start.
Oh, look, I ripped my t-shirt.
No.
I don't give a
and
damn.
The shorts have got smaller again.
What normal person wears a t-shirt over a t-shirt?
Yeah. No, it's not. That's not. I know I find it odd.
Talking.
Yeah, but it's not what
talking
we
about
want
Triple
to see
H.
anymore.
Let's talk about this match.
It's not what I want to see. Yeah.
I am now.
Okay, you know what? I wasn't interested in this match.
Do you know what's made it more interesting? The fact that we've not only got Undertaker and Triple H facing each other, we've got Kane, we've got Kane, and we've got Shawn Michaels there as well. And more importantly, what I've heard is Shawn Michaels is going to be fighting. I think it's Survivor Series against Kane. I've been told. So Shawn Michaels is coming back.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels took it. And you know what? I'm a little disappointed in a way, and then I'm not, because I like the fact that Shawn Michaels had actually retired. He wasn't doing comebacks; he'd actually retired.
No. Just one thing I'm sad about is he's not got hair anymore.
And I think it
looks weird. Shawn Michaels without hair.
Yeah, I know.
I like to point out Shawn Michaels has hair, because there isn't a Shawn Michaels without hair in the WWE 2K18 game.
Yeah.
What's up?
I know. It was a little bizarre.
I'm really excited for this match. The thing is, I don't expect this match to last that long, and I think that Kane, I think Kane and Shawn Michaels are going to get themselves involved quite a lot in this. I feel like, like Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania. I feel like it's going to have that kind of atmosphere around it.
For me, the two fittest guys in this match are Kane and Triple H. Okay, we don't know.
Undertaker, we know is
how fit Shawn Michaels is, but Undertaker, we know is not 100%. I mean, I know. Actually, allegedly, they've made a thing, and I don't disbelieve it, that he's not actually as bad as he looks. It's because the hip. Basically, he's had his hip operation. It's left him with a limp.
He's actually still quite.
The fact he's got that limp looks bad, but in reality, it's not as bad as it looks. Yeah, but even so, it's a bit. I don't think he's going to be brilliant. I don't think Shawn Michaels is going to be brilliant. I think he'll take a few bumps, and that'll be exciting.
The thing is, at the same time, we've got to remember we don't know how much training they've had building up to this. I know that Triple H. The thing is, we don't know how long this has actually been planned. That these two are going to be facing each other. The thing is, we've got 3 out of the 4 of them who haven't actually competed for a while. I think Triple H, did he compete at WrestleMania this year?
Yeah.
I don't think he did he? Yeah, he did. He faced Ronda Rousey.
No, I don't think so.
So Triple H, it's been a few months for him. I think Kane has the better ring experience at the moment, for the fact that he had that little run with Daniel Bryan for the championships at one point, which ended up,
Yeah, I mean, Kane's still being an active
wait, 1 minute. We've now got to give him his actual... we've got to give him his official title. He is now Mayor Kane.
I wouldn't call him a part-time.
Please understand that. He is now Mayor Kane. yeah, he's an elected
politician. I mean, so he's not been... He's actually been relatively... He's not been there all the time, but he's been
more
there
than John Cena.
Than he needed to be a part-timer. Do you know what I mean?
And others.
Well, yeah, exactly. And others. So I wouldn't call him a part-timer. Has he been there as much as he could? As obviously he's not been full-time either, but
mate, who do you think is going to win this match? Do you think it's going to be Triple H, or do you think it's going to be The Undertaker?
Yeah.
I know it's tough. The thing is, it's the end. This is the last match.
I think it's a tough. I'd like to think it's going to be The Undertaker.
I think I would like it to be The Undertaker, but at the same time, I would understand if Triple H wins it. But yeah, according to the game, they think that Triple H is going to beat Undertaker. I don't know. I really do not know where to stand with this one. I really am struggling.
Yeah. The issue, I think, is how much are the other two going to actually be involved,
and if it's just going to be those
where's
two,
their input going to be? You know, it's not non-disqualification, so you know it's a case of if they do get involved, then it's a no contest. Actually, then no.
Mate, two more things we've got to talk about before we go. There is one more match that I forgot to mention, and it's just because of my natural my natural hatred for one of the two of the combatants in that match. Bobby Lashley and John Cena are going to be facing the wonderful, wonderful stylings of Elias and Kevin Owens. I know. So quick talk about them. So yeah, John Cena's coming back, hopefully for just one more match, and that's it. I'm hoping.
Well, I don't think he's just good just for one more match, but I think
I'm happy about that.
He isn't coming back for a run, is he?
I don't see Bobby Lashley and John Cena losing to Kevin Owens and Elias. But at the same time, I don't give a damn for the fact that I know that Kevin Owens and Elias are still going to be my favourite by the end of that match. Because how much?
Yeah.
No, I'm hoping. Well, you never know. They might.
Lose,
They kind of did bring back. Said, "Here you go. You've got a WrestleMania match. Good luck. You lost in about less than a couple of minutes. Well done."
For me, this is a case of we want to bring we want to bring John Cena back for something, so we're going to bring him back for this, and that seems to be what they're doing. And it's the only reason they've shoehorned the storyline in. The actual storyline going forward is going to be Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley, isn't it?
Pretty much.
I think that's the storyline.
Anyway, one more thing we need to talk about. You know? So that is Super Showdown out of the way. I think we both do feel the same way about this. We do feel like we're going to be getting the same reaction that we got with the Greatest Royal Rumble, but doesn't mean.
Yeah. My worry is we've got two of them so close together. You know, because we've got the crown jewel.
You say we've got them quite close together. We've got a month between the two.
Not really
it's 2nd of November when we got that. And I think the main reason with the crown jewel one is for the fact that the next main, I would say the next main pay-per-view is Evolution itself, which is coming up, and it's the main point of this is that it's a female, it's all women's pay-per-view for the first time in WWE history. As much as they say first time in history, it's not. I like to point that out again. It's not, because there is bloody promotions that are all female promotions. Just saying, but this is the first time in WWE. Yeah.
No, it's the first one for WWE.
It really bugs me is the fact that it isn't the first one. but talking about Evolution, let's have a quick look at some of the matches that we already know about. So I think the main talking point is that Harry Zayn and Shayna Baszler are going to be battling over for the NXT Women's title at Evolution. The first time that the NXT Championship is going to be competed on a main roster pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to that. Also, Mae Young Classic Final is also going to be happening at Evolution as well. I recommend going and watch it, mate. It's actually been quite good.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want it. I enjoyed it.
Another match. So we already know about this. Alexa Bliss is going to be facing Trish Stratus at Evolution. I'm actually enjoying the little build-up with this with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, don't. I'm enjoying the Alexa Bliss build-up because Alexa Bliss is brilliant in the mic. Do I give a shit about the match? No, I don't.
Alright, how
Do
about
I want to see Trish Stratus back in the ring?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't.
How about a little?
I think it's insulting, to be honest. I think it's insulting. I get Lita, but I don't get. Although Lita's now talking about a possible extending it past the one match return again.
Let's talk about Lita anyway. Lita has a match at Evolution as well. She's going to be facing Mickie James, which I'm actually looking forward to that match.
Yeah, well, I mean that's an interesting match because there's a grudge there, isn't there? There's a reason for that. This is a grudge from before. That makes sense. As I say, but I don't want to see her back full time because she's not going to be able to.
The thing is, that's all the matches that we know of what they do now in the ring, which is happening in Evolution. Evolution is on the 28th of October, which of course is a Sunday, and then of course, like we've already spoken about this already, Crown Jewel is on the 2nd of November, which is a Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't know.
Presuming that'll be a Saturday night,
I think it's middle of the week.
Oh, is it really?
Give me a sec. If I can find my goddamn calendar.
Yeah.
There it is. So, 2nd of November is a Friday. So,
yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, because they don't do Sunday because of religious reasons.
Wasn't normal.
No, so I think it's technically a Saturday.
So again, I don't. At the moment,
like I said,
we'll see if it moves storylines on.
No, well, like we said, the build up to Survivor Series has been really. We've got this Super Showdown. Then we've got Evolution, which there is some exciting points, there isn't some exciting points, and then we've got Crown Jewel.
Well,
it's a weird build up to it, which.
Yeah, I mean, considering how big a deal Survivor Series technically is.
Well, I think I would have thought
there's been no build up to it.
They would learn a bit. The thing is, we don't even know when Survivor Series is at the moment. I think. Which I think we actually do.
No.
It's just that I've not actually looked. Of course, the tickets should be selling.
There must be a date, because they must be selling tickets.
1 minute,
surely,
I've got my usual calendar here.
I know what you mean.
This now, because we do every time we do this. Survivor Series is 18th of November, so we're looking at 16 days before, after Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
So it's got 2 weeks. Yeah, it's not really long to build it up.
Yeah, 2 weeks isn't that long. Yeah. So they're going to have to start.
By the way, we was talking about certain stadiums at the beginning of this whole prediction thing.
Yeah.
Guess where Survivor Series is, mate? Staples Center!
Go on. Barclays Center.
Oh, classic. By the way, the next...
Oh, dear.
Yeah. The next
two,
after Crown Jewel, the next 2 pay-per-views are both in California as well. Going to this. Yeah, you've got Los Angeles for Survivor Series and TLC for San Jose for TLC. Bottom. No.
So they'll be
we've got November.
They won't be kicking off till 1, 2 o'clock.
We're down to our last 5 pay-per-views this year as well. Nice. Yeah. So, mate, it's time we said goodbye.
Yeah.
What's goodbye? I think it's good day again. Isn't it?
Yeah, all good fun.
Yeah, good day.
It's just a good day for everything.
I think it is. Good day. I was just typing in. Oh, good day, mate. There we go. Does it mean good? Yeah, they are.
It's a good day for everything. Goodbye. They're simple folk, aren't they?
I'm actually searching this. I'm actually having a quick check. Is good day goodbye? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, goodbye is good day, mate, as well. For God's sake, Australians. It's stupid.
Yeah.
They are good simple people. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us for our WWE predictions. We will be back at the end of this month for Evolution and Crown Jewel in one. We're not doing a separate one for it. That's the point. No, we're doing one. So, Hanksy, thank you for joining me. And to everyone else, good day.
No bumps up. Always happy.
gonna have a brew.
I'm off to throw a shrimp on a barbie.